Change my settings. These magazine doesn't look that bad. But anyway. No, dim what? Okay, there we go. So yeah, I have this new stand thing. So this also has a ring light, but oddly enough, where the phone's at, it's above the ring light, so it kind of like lifts it in a way. Best put it. But anyway, oh no. You also got these little cutesy things. Just plastic light things here. Because, oh, so this thing kind of reminds me of the like the candles that you can change the color by just putting a remote at them. Yeah, I'm gonna take some of that green, a little battle foxy, blue, orangish, and more of a lime green. This is like a mid-grade blue. This is like mossy green, ice blue. That's my color. I guess purple gone mad. This is, I guess, pink or peachy. More of a icy, kind of a turquoise blue, and magenta. Even though the light really doesn't change that well on the camera, but anyway. Yeah, there's quite a few. Hello, tonight is night. But anyway, while this live stream is going on, I'm gonna be. Oh, and I also found this cutesy little thing too. It's like oh, it's a candle holder, at least what it's sold to be. But it's like a little cutesy little cauldron kind of a thing. But the main reason why I got them is because look at those footsies. Yes, of course you can. If you're asking for a tarot reading, make sure you tell me what it is you want me to look into. And pick a number between 1 and 34. But yeah, this is cutesy thing. And another news too, is Battle Fox still here? I hope so, otherwise I'm gonna cry crocodile tears. Because yeah, I can't tell. I cannot tell. Whoops a daisy. Lonel acting distant today. Leo and others Virgo, okay. Okay, I'm gonna read those for the thing. Let's go. Let's go with that one. The Dark Grimoire. Whoopsie. It's funny because kind of in a situation, like somewhat like similar situation is kind of like hold on, let me get this out of my life. I'm kind of like facing. Well, I mean, if you want to hear bad, like really bad, supposedly out of nowhere, the significant other that I've had for the past 12 years, for some reason he decided that he was going to be dating somebody. Just for out of nowhere. And he got into a big hissy fit when I told him, oh, if you're going to be going with someone else, okay, go ahead and be with them. But you're not getting any more help from me. You're not going to get anything from me. Sorry, dude. Big hissy fit and then all this other stuff. I'm like, hey, don't be mad at me. You're the one who made the choice to go. So go ahead and be with them. But he didn't think about this, though. I've been paying for his phone. I'm the one keeping it on. And supposedly, like, his excuses, he was saying, well, I'm 30, I want to move on with my life, and I'm going to be getting a job soon. Listen, dude, you haven't been employed since 2016, or even earlier. You haven't been employed. Yeah. Pretty much, I've been the one that's been covering and keeping both of us afloat, by myself. And if you don't have your phone, how are you going to communicate with the new one? Oh, wait, you can't. So, whoops-a-daisy. Idiot. You know, I mean, that I know that all too well too, because you know, I think it's also kind of pathetic too how there's some people that really put in an effort and they really try, but then for some reason one little magical thing happens and they're like, oh my god, I'm gonna purposely not try. I'm purposely not gonna do what's gonna make this other person happy, and I know it's gonna make them happy, but I'm just gonna choose not to do it because whatever stupid reason. And I mean, it's just so fucking simple. But hey, apparently it's so hard to text somebody and say, hope you're doing okay, love. That's all I wanted, but whatever. It's okay, I tried. It's on my end, I tried, I gave a shit. Okay. Judging by this, seems like he is actually trying to figure out a means of contact. Because if you see that there's one figure trying to advise the other, so he might be getting advice from somebody to actually go about this. But let's see, but does he take the advice though? What happens if he does take the advice? Oh, if he takes the advice and he listens, but you know how men are, they don't like to listen. He listens to Ten of Pentacles. Yay, everybody gets all together at a happy reunion. Singing Kumbaya and Whoop-de-woozy-woo. And also clarifying that the High Priestess. So if he does listen, pretty much realistic and practical everyday grounding and, you know, a sense of connection and family gets established again. And there's a deeper connection on a more intuitive level. That's what happens if you don't listen. Four of Pentacles. He holds on to bullshit. And he wastes away with it. If he doesn't take the advice and thinks, you know, I know what I'm doing. Well, holding on to your stupidity isn't going to help. And then the Six of Wands over here, just like now. Well, then there's a card actually showing a figure trying to hand another individual a message. But they're still holding, but he'll still be holding on to his BS. So if he doesn't listen, he's still holding on to some kind of BS, but then he'll reach out again. But if he does listen to this advice by this other person that's close to him, it'll actually lead to more grounding. But what's really causing him to, you know, be silent and act aloof and not acting like how he should. He thinks he knows really how to handle the practical, realistic world. He thinks he knows how to strategize and his finances and all that. But the thing is, he's all by himself in the cave. He probably doesn't have that many people to turn to for support. And he's just, oh, woe is me. Woe is me all alone in this place all by myself with the dark of the moon. Oh, woe is me. I don't like this place. I'm so dissatisfied. And I don't have anybody here on this path anymore. Well, he needs to get off his high horse and stop thinking he's hot shit. And just get up and do what he's supposed to do. Oh, good. I'll keep him on his toes. And your suggested courses of action. Number 1. Probably have a group of people actually go and, 5-for-1's a fan club and, just give them a bit of a jolt, like, oh, Snapple, with the Page of Blades. This actually looks like my patron goddess, Hell. Pretty much also, not only after having the fan club go, but since after the fan club goes after, chases and squishes him, when he does come around, as Hell is like point blank saying, hey, Cupcake, you're stupid. Stop being stupid, you damn idiot. That might be the approach you have to take in order to get that message. And fuck this deck, because my card came out. So after giving the harsh reality check, and when he understands it and appreciates it, and actually understands what he has in front of him, after that, then you can actually give your best self out to him. Because if he's not going to appreciate it, if he's not going to give you your best stuff all the time, well, the Page of Blades is going to be pretty much covering and not allowing Queen of Cups behind her to come out. So he's going to have to work for it. But then again, you got to be the feisty one that's like, sorry. You have to admit you're stupid and, stop being an idiot. And you start using your head. Then you can get this. Stop being stupid, and you get the best of it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Perfect. There you go. That'll work. Okay, you know what? I know this sounds a bit passive-aggressive, but I mean, heck, I'm going for it. Who cares? It's kind of bad and kind of sad when all of a sudden the person that you've been with for 12 years all of a sudden decides that, we're just going to wrap it up because I haven't been tested. But problem. If I've only been with one person, him, and if I don't have anything, if he doesn't have anything, why the heck the condoms all of a sudden? But I mean, heck, I must be doing something right because he keeps coming back. Oh well. That's all I gotta say. If you're doing something right, you're coming back all the time. Well, not only that too, I don't think no, he can't. Whether he wants to admit it or not, he can't. Men are just so stupid. Especially when they think they're pulling a fast one on you. And that, I think he is too stupid to know what's really going on. No. I'm not. I mean, here's another one. If he's so devoted and dedicated, he should be putting in the effort to match it. I can only speak for myself. I've done so many things for mine. Get him off of, addiction by myself. See, prevented him from almost being put into human trafficking. Bought him a car. Pretty much, what else is there? Got him out of legal trouble. I mean, there's so many things I've done. But supposedly, somehow logically, to him, that's not gonna. Well, mine also did too. But the thing is, I've lasted longer than any other person he's been with, and I've been the only one that's stuck through with all this bullshit. And if he thinks it's gonna be a good idea to get rid of somebody who's been the best to him for somebody else, I've established myself. So hopefully he won't be coming back thinking, oh, they'll take me back. If you want to come back, dude, okay. Sorry, Cupcake, but if I want to come back, prove it. Ooh. Feelings are there? Woo, I bet they are. Nowadays, I can't even trust a word that comes out of his mouth. And who knows, this might be... Hold on. But, yeah. I mean, you gotta be really technical. Hold on. I just hate men a lot. Oh. Ugh. Okay, this will mess up our life. Please don't. Hmm. I really hate this thing when it doesn't tell me who's in the chat or not. It's completely helpless. Because I know that there's one, and if I believe, if I'm not going derpy right here, I think tonight is still here. I think. If not, well, hold on. Oh yeah, how funny. Oh well. Damn it, there's my headset. But yeah. I don't care about opting in for gifts and whatever. I hate this thing. Oh well. Oh again. Oh, that's why. Do I do random questions? Yes, I do. Just tell me like what it is that you're wanting to have me look into. That. And yes, Lyran. Yes, Lyran Katie, what would you like me to look into? And thank you for that. Thanks a lot. Thanks bunchies. Does Josh care at all that we don't speak anymore? It's kind of in a way too. I'm kind of in a similar standpoint of having a significant or a love interest that, for some reason, thinks it's a good idea to stop talking to someone. Oh, but for at least for me, the one I've been with this for 12 years, but for whatever good reason, he thinks, oh, I'm gonna go and date somebody else. Okay, but kind of have the marriage thing in effect, dude, or the common law effect, and you kind of can't do that, dude. But anyway, let's see. What is Josh's current standing? As he stands right now, we have him as the Nine of Pentacles, so he's in great standing, generally. Venus in Virgo and Moon in Virgo. Probably really extremely nitpicky and practical when it comes to love matters. That's the thing I hate. Promises saying marriage and children or anything like confirming or promising wishes and desires being given to you. Because that's happened to me pretty much as long as I've known mine. Make promises and all that stuff to the point where it's just like, okay, you're gonna make another promise, guess what? You're gonna be bound to do it. And if you don't do it, I'm gonna make you do it. And you ain't gonna like it. Did you listen? Of course not. Men don't listen. So, oh, there it goes. Oh. Nope. Yeah, you have an obligation. He has an obligation to do. So Venus in Virgo, Moon in Virgo. Currently, right now, he's a little bit nitpicky, and he's trying to pretty much have a perfected way of giving love. Well, I mean, I'm kind of hurt, obviously, but the way I look at it's just like, mine always comes back. He always does. Because the thing is, I've been the only one that can put up with his bullshit. The only one. And the only one that's actually been able to actually be there. Everybody else throws me out on the street. I'm the only one. New person? Oh, I bet you there is no new person. I think he's just saying that just to make me get into a temper tantrum and, become, like, freaking out. So that way he can manipulate me however he wants to, but... No. But anyway. So, Josh is currently standing in, in a good standing. So he's in a position where he's stable and there's no excuse. But more in depth on the physical plane, if you would be so kind. He's he's making it seem like he's like this, but financially he's in not really that balance. We have a pissed off Jupiter in Capricorn. Yeah. And I mean, that part I completely understand, because it's just a waste of time on your end. But for me, if I've invested 12 years and invested so much into someone, and if they're making the true choice and agreeing to stick with me and to do all this stuff and vow to it, and make it the same vow over and over and over again. It's funny, my significant other has a Scorpio moon on the Vedic side. Funny. Bet you that won't happen again. But I put in a lot between this connection between me and him. Mine. Sorry, no. You made the same vow as I did, and you initiated the marriage 6 times on his end. He did it. It's what I wanted, and he knew it. He initiated it 6 times, so do it. Anyway, Josh, though, is completely unbalanced with his grounding. He's trying to make himself look like the Knight of Pentacles, but he is so in a loop. He's stuck in a different loop in the physical, so he's not really that stable. Jupiter in Capricorn, that's a pissed off Jupiter. So he may think he knows what he's talking about, which he may, but he's only, best put it, he's not really using his divine intelligence, and he's being a little bit impractical with it, and trying to be kind of a little bit overly structured with it. It may even use his logic and reasoning in a way that's a bit of a weapon, weaponizing his ability to guide you. And if it's not going the way he wants it, then he just goes, it's not working for me, so since it's not working for me, I don't have to stick with it. At least that might be a viewpoint he has. Mentally, how is he in the head? We have an idiot. In his mind, he is a complete dimwit. He doesn't know how to stop and use his head. He always tries to think that, oh, there's hope somewhere else. Maybe there's some potential elsewhere. Yeah, he doesn't know how to sit still. He's so immature. If anything, he's an idiot. Literally, he's an idiot. Mine is an idiot. Literally, and idiots everywhere. On the emotional level, well, if he's an idiot in the head, he's probably, I don't even want to know what's going to come out of this deck. And in the heart, we have a hermit. So he's trying to play off the Nine of Pentacles, looking well put together. He's unbalanced. He's unbalanced on the physical plane. He's an idiot in the head and a forever alone virgin in the heart. Well, the hermit. The forever alone old geezer. Oh. What is that noise? I keep hearing something and it's getting really annoying. I guess it was just the air vent, supposedly. So he is quite aware that he's going to be forever alone with the stupidity that he's doing. He's quite aware of it. Suggested courses of action if you want to, let's say, give me one if you want to even try to even attempt to bring it back together. The best thing to do, King of Twigs. Pick up the stick and beat him over the head with it. Metaphorically speaking. You got flamin' and extra flamin'. Turn up the heat and stick the stick where you don't want it stuck. In the middle, either or. Another option. Don't even say a word to him. Close off. Moon in Libra. And the best way to get over him. King of Blades. You got one side, King of Wands, fire and fire. Then you got fire and air. Caught in the middle between the two blades. So, if you want to get it back, you're going to have to use a lot of heat. If you want to, get rid of them, just use some logic and heat. Logical reasoning and inspiration and action. And just be cold, distant. But overall, forever alone, hermit in the heart. That's all I gotta say. Playing a violin, but I don't have a violin, so I can't do that. Anyway, hopefully that gives you some help. And from there, well, I guess I'll just float around and see what's up next. And of course, anytime, kitten. Hope you're still here. If not, anyway. I mean, some people say I have really good jokes, and a lot of people, I tell them the response is like, well, a lot of people think that I'm, playing and, making funny jokes, but sometimes I'm actually saying exactly how it is. If somebody's an idiot and if I say, hey, you're an idiot, stop being an idiot, some people actually start laughing, thinking, well, it's funny, but heck, an idiot's an idiot. And heck, even a stupid he who font. Oh, look at that. I did it without even looking. Go figure. It's no good. Old geezer, notice me, girl. Good thing. That's the Hierophant. A he who font. I am a girl. Notice me. Notice me in my robes and my bling bling on my head. And my stick. You better listen or you're gonna go to hell. That's the Pope for you. Another thing that I also look into, if somebody actually uses the idea that, oh, well, I promise this for you, or like all these marriage and all these wishes, which actually may mean a lot to someone. Like for me, one of the biggest goals I've ever wanted was to actually marry my first love, and the first person I'm with, and mine was that person. But the thing is, if I'm being now, supposedly what's going on is what's going on, and if I get my wish denied, but I always granted his wishes, that's not good karma for him. And all the crap he put me through, that's not good karma. That's not good karma. Whoopsie daisy. La 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 whoopsie, la 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 whoopsie doopsie. But like I said, usually a good majority of the time, men always come back. They always do. Okay. Okay. Okay, never been victim. I'm trying to find the one that would be perfect for this. If you need definitely not. That's a nasty tarot. Okay, let's see. So, about Josh now, again. Be so kind to tell me, when it comes to him interacting with potential love interests, or, just, playing his little game, what is the core theme of it all? He's not balanced. And he's manipulative. He tries to keep things at a, bare bone minimum balance level. That doesn't require much effort to keep it going. And he tries to put on a charade to make it look like it's fair, but it's not. Because you notice the scales being held in hand, well, one of them is cut off. So it makes it looks like he's balanced, but really, not really. And also putting on a fake facade. So that's the main core of the script. What's the recurring pattern of this then? get into more detail about this completely manipulative, unbalanced way of handling it. We have, oh, somebody who needs to have control. God, what a fat pig. Pig? Yeah. Nothing but swine. He is probably, you know, he probably has some self-conscious issues down there because of the fat pig in front of him. And yeah, may act a little bit animalistic and dirty. Or maybe somebody has done that to him. As a statue of a pig. Wow. Didn't know, you know, he likes bacon. So he actually might be... I don't know why this song just popped in my head. Gaga's Swine Song. Yeah. Act like a swine. I know you want me. Or something like that. You're so disgusting, you're just dead inside. I know you won't. Yeah, but all that stuff. You're so disgusting, swine, and all that stuff, yeah. Wow. Well, that kind of came out of nowhere. So really, he's unbalanced because of his lack of control, and he's really self-conscious. So he uses manipulative tactics to get his way. And is he actually using this on somebody currently? That's... Knight of Cups, but clarify that, would you? You have a My Little Pony with a knight on it? Well, it's kind of looking like he's may potentially be trying to cheesy woozy woo two people by the feet. And trying to be superior than them. Even for more giggly. This depiction, the face is veiled. Even more self-consciousness. So self-conscious. Like, so self-critical. Completely self-critical. Can't even look at himself in the mirror. Guess he knows what he's doing is BS. Prick. Literally, a prick. And I mean, heck, I'd even call it mine too. I'm like, I don't even know how you can look in the mirror, dude, because if you can do all this to somebody and completely mess them up emotionally, give them false hope for so long and tell them, yeah, things will be better, but you don't even do anything to make it better, you don't even do anything, you put in no effort, and you expect, you know, a handout for no effort, and if you're going to get into a hissy fit of why me getting mad over it, well, hey, just like what he told me many moons ago, you need to put in more effort. Oh, okay. What about you? All you've been doing is nothing but going behind my back with the town hooches. Yep, I went there. And hey, the shoe fits. Don't look at me. Supposedly, I don't know how to have relationships, but he does. Okay. At least I know how to develop a stick. But for Josh, though, anyway. Oh, yeah, not too good. For Josh, though, he's not gonna look too good. Essentially, he has pretty much stabbed himself with a blade. And he might actually experience some, situations where he might be getting a little delusional with the fish. Meanwhile, you're over here as the Queen of Pentacles. Much more stable and nurturing of the self. And look at that, Two of Twigs. Just being all like, oh, if he comes back this way, oh, well, I don't know. Should I get up? I'm too comfortable. But as for my heart, well, to be completely honest, my heart's fine. Because ultimately, the way I look at it is just like, I'm not stupid. He's going to come back. He has to come back. Because the thing is, I'm already established in mind's head. Way established. And because it's established that way, that I'm somebody he can go to, somebody that will be there for him, somebody who will be able to, provide for him, and nobody else can do it, he doesn't have a choice. Psychologically and subconsciously, I'm the first he's going to go to. Like I said, I'll always come back. But when he comes back this time, it's not going to be a nice lecture. Move on with your life? Well, sorry, he's not employed. And on the 16th, in 3 days, his phone's going to be turned off because the time period will be up. So he won't have any mobile time. And yes, I've been paying for his phone too. So, no phone, so how are you going to keep in contact with the new one? Oops. Oh, here's another good one. And the only way he's going to be able to get a hold of me is through his mom's phone. That's not going to work. Because, I'm just going to say, sorry, if you're not with me, you know the rules, dude. If you're not with me, you get nothing from me. Sorry. If you're not mine, if you're not with me, you're not my problem. If you want to be my problem, then you gotta stick and be with me then. If you're not gonna do that, because if I can give you my best, even miles away and for so long and all the crap, while you do nothing and cause harm to me for whatever reason, and think that it's okay, think it's no big deal, and still expect me to provide for you, put on this fake syringe facade, and making me become so confused because one minute you're like love, then it's hate, then you're like breaking up, then you come back again, all lovey-dovey and all this stuff. It's just like, dude, I'll make the decisions then. We're sticking. Nope, there's no. But, he won't survive. And that's being realistic. He won't survive. Besides, he even mentioned this too. I hate it when men are just so unnecessary stupid like this. It's just like, why? Just why? This is a waste of time and effort. Why not just be, happy and content with what you got and don't cause any unnecessary problems? Besides, hey, and even another one too. Well, when we did get our marriage license back in 2015, hey, I was the one who really wanted it, but for whatever reason, he thought that I was actually plotting to hack his phone, supposedly, and then that actually provoked him to actually take the marriage license and running off. And then he blames me for not wanting to have the marriage license be done that day. How can we even do that when you take off with it? And by the way, the marriage license is not annulled, it's not dispositioned in the court system. So by technicality, that does count as a common law or a domestic partnership or a civil union by default. Or reason to suspect that it is one. And that mimics a marriage. Oops. If you want to get extra nasty, you know what a wise person would never do? Never do? Don't ever harm the person that has every little thing about you and knows you like the back of their hand. I'm like that with mine. Like, I know a social security number. That's not good. That's not a good thing for somebody that, you repeatedly hurt and stabbed over and over again. That's not a good thing to have other people to know of. Because they can actually use it against you. Will I, though? I don't know. I don't know if I should or I shouldn't. But we'll see. We'll see how he behaves. Whoops-a-daisy, that fell over. Face plant. So well, that happened. Well, believe it or not, my Venus. Don't stay. Okay, sorry about that. That was not supposed to happen. Random face plant. And not even a crack on the screen. Nailed it. If anything, I'll just do this. So that way we do not have to worry about doing that again ever. My Venus is in Scorpio. Yeah. And where my Venus is at, it's the part of Scorpio where it's Anuradha, which is the nakshatra all about friendship and devotion. So the way that I give love and Venusian things, love, devotion, and commitment, is to pretty much the extent where it defies logic. Like literally, you can, if I'm like mine, pretty much I got him off of addiction, heavy addiction, mind you. Got him off of that. I got him out of, risk of being kidnapped and put into human trafficking. There's another one. What else? Got him out of a lot of legal bindings and legal troubles. Let's see, bought him a car. Bought him a car. And pretty much from 2011, actually 2012. Nah, 2011. Yep, 2011, up until this point, I've constantly been supporting him financially. I'll admit anything and everything that I've done, while he still went behind back and went with other people. And even, this is where it gets bad, had the audacity to give somebody else what I've been asking and longing for, give it to them, and rub it in my face while I'm standing in front of them. Rub it in my face, knowing that it would hurt me. I know that sounds a little bit like too hypercritical, but I'm calling it like I'm seeing it. Besides, the thing is, if that's the case, if somebody does do something like that and rub it in your face, the way I catch it is like, splendid, you know what you just told me? So the connection between you and this person, if it breaks off, and if you come towards me, and we invest again, I know you can do it, so do it. So, it didn't work out between him and the other person, go figure. Nobody works with him. Nobody, stays with him. I'm the only one. So that didn't work out. So when, after the longest time saying like, look dude, you're gonna have to admit that I'm the only one that's been there for you. And you've treated me the worst. I'm the only one that's stuck. So, decided to go back out, decided to really put it forward the effort again. That's when I got the marriage license. But he got into a big hissy fit, went back to Illinois. That didn't go well. Then decided to play volleyball with him from where I'm at in Arizona all the way back to Chicago, back and forth for months. Came back down here. It's just a big headache. And just a lot of wasted time and nonsense. Because really, the whole thing is like, look dude, I've been wanting something serious for years. And of course, yes, you've been, technically the only person I really dated, put all this effort for in the first place and all that. Whoa. But the thing is, and he even told me, like, I don't know how to have relationships, or I don't know how, and if I can't afford a boyfriend, that was a big one. I can't afford one. Really? Well, what about you? Can't have your own phone, you can't have it turned on. You pretty much you don't even have a job, you don't have any employment, dude. So telling me I can't afford one? What about yourself? And that's the thing, don't swing at somebody that's been through and accepted you for all your bullshit. Yes, universe, what would you like me to look into? Just tell me, what would you like? What's the topic or area of focus? Oh yeah. Whatever this twat had for years. But if he thinks, it's no big woozy woo or no biggie, well, that's cute. That's cute that he thinks that, oh, I'm gonna go off and be with someone else. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna last. You know why? The subconscious is actually saying, wait, we don't have any security with this person. We don't know anything about them. Because that's how his mind works. I know how his mind works. How his mind works. Tongue twister. He's diagnosed bipolar. and he also has some form of psychiatric disorder. So something like psychosis related disorder, something like schizophrenic related disorder, depression, intense medication. He has to be on. And I know because, well, like I said, I know everything about him like the back of my hand. Nobody's going to be able to withstand that. Even his own family can't. That's being point blank honest. I'm the only one. And so the next big disease from what? And the next big disease will come. Meaning, are you talking about the affliction of the of monkeypox? Because that by technicality is in effect. But the thing is, when it comes to afflictions and diseases and stuff like that, the best answer I can get, I don't even need the tarot for this. When the ice melts, that's being melted in the glaciers and whatnot, when that melts, like frozen bacteria, frozen pathogens, frozen viruses, they get heated up and they get put back into the stream of water, the oceans, and they start infecting things again. So probably most likely there's going to be a type of pathogen that's going to be starting to come about through the ocean, and that's probably where it's going to start infecting from. Will scientists be able to cure and combat it? Again, it's prehistoric and it's older, so it's hard to say. Because this water that's holding it has been frozen for so long, and when it melts, it goes right into the oceans. But that's a scientific theory. And even with tarot too, that would be a little bit kind of hard to pin down with the cardstock. Because for me, the thing that any disease like COVID, well, the thing is, monkeypox is starting to become a little bit too rampant, but then again, when will it occur? Well, the thing is, it's already happening now. Because the glaciers are melting as I'm speaking right now, and they're going to be still melting because of the change of temperature. It's technically happening now. Will it be a pandemic level? Depends. It depends on how the nations are paying attention and actually, using their heads and putting in the proper measures to combat it. Because if they're not going to put in the effort to combat it or put in any effort at all, well, whoopsie doopsie. People are going to get infected left and right, and I just put myself in the eye. That was a good one. Nailed it. So in all honesty, it's pretty hard to predict when. To be honest. But it's still going on at this point. Like I said, it's happening right now because when the ice is melting on top of the North Pole, and even maybe even on the South Pole because of the heat, the water melts and it goes into the oceans. And when you have frozen make contact with the water, and if it melts, everything that's contained in the ice melts and it goes into the stream of water. That's how it starts infecting the fish, the wildlife, sea life, and then if any people are anywhere in the either would be the Atlantic and the Pacific, up into those regions, they can get infected by eating the animal meat from it, or even eating the plants that are within the water, or pull water to nourish them. That's how infection gets through. So in a way, it's already in effect, but it probably won't be apparent at first. But even then, the best thing to actually do in combating illnesses and afflictions like this as backwards as it sounds, the best way to combat it, again, you have to have some kind of exposure to it. Because if you keep being vaccinated and putting in all these vaccines in people, you may have immunity to some of the diseases, yes, but you're not allowing the immune system to fend and fight on its own with other everyday pathogens and germs and whatnot. And we don't allow the body to do what it does naturally. It becomes dependent on outside pharmaceutical stuff, and we don't want that. We really just want to pretty much rely on our natural immune system. But you know how the government is. Oh, we're here to help. Not really. Because when are they here to help? Oh wait, never. People just drive me bonkers. Check something real quick. Whoops. Again, kitten? Okay, now. Here's another question to ask kitten, or... There you go. Whoops, wrong button. Oh, and here's another one. Speaking of dim-witted men, here's another one for mine. Of all my birthdays, I never had a really good one, and he never celebrated it. Or he never made it special for me. Never. Every birthday I've had was bad. Every birthday for mine, trying to have him there, he either wasn't there. Same with me. And I even told him, like, all that I want is just a happy birthday, and I love you. That's it. Simple. Just so simple. Same. You know what he does instead? Mine turns his phone off that I'm paying for. I was pissed. And I told him, actually the next day, after my birthday, he decided to be all like, can you send me $10 so I can get cigarettes or whatever? And I told him, you didn't even message me at all on my birthday, and you know it was my birthday. And you didn't do anything. You didn't text me. In fact, you turned your phone off. And you expect me? Yeah. On Christmas, he wanted me to get him something. I told him, no. And even for like his birthday this year, I told him, no, you're not getting nothing. And when it was on his birthday, I ignored him the whole day. And then he was blowing up my phone. My dad? Well, yeah, he was actually abusive. He almost killed me with a brick. Literally. When I was an infant, he chased my mother around with a brick. For some reason, he decided to throw it at her. It missed her and right next to me when I'm just in the carrier. Could have hit me and killed me with one hit if it actually did hit me in the face. So yeah, not really fond of my father. But anyway. So Josh being a two-time manho, just like Zeus. In October through, was it April? April, yeah. That's funny because October is my birth month and April is also his, as in mine. Okay. Not coincidental, but whatever. So yours is April and his is October. I literally pulled the same cards I pulled from the last spread I did for you, which was kind of freaky, so I'm just going to ignore it didn't come out. Literally, the same cards I pulled from the last spread came out. No, I'm not doing that. I don't want to get freaky deaky like that. Let's try it again. Let's try that again. Definitely not Zeus incarnate. Two-time manho. Foundational wise, he was handling more than one stick and keeping the open communications between people and kind of like stalking people or stalking others. On the one hand, we have him holding on and actually defending one, while on the other, he has perfect blissfulness and happiness, but he moves away from it. He makes the choice to take this radiant happiness so much that he can willingly expose himself, but he decides to move away from it for whatever reason, thus causing strife and him manipulating, using it to his advantage. So in other words, as above, manipulating and causing strife, for the so below, stalking and having options open and holding the world in his hands supposedly. As within, he holds on and fights for whatever he's holding on to. So without, he seeks happiness and goes elsewhere with it. As above, knowingly causes strife and uses that to manipulate. So below, keeps his options open and stalks those options. As within, holds on to whatever he can hold on to and fight for it or put on the front. So without, the happiness, he goes away from it knowing that it's the happiness. Also known as intentionally being stupid. Wakey wakey on his end, having judgment come at him in the face, but then again, when judgment does come, he'll have to go against the High Priestess, which will already know the BS. Yep, and there's the Tower moment. Nine of Pentacles, look, there was one of the cards that came out the first time. Nine of Pentacles comes out, face plants. That falls. His sense of security goes face plant. And the new foundation is an idiot. He's still an idiot. And there's the Two of Cups, supposedly. But he's not going to be content with it. Stupid man thing. And try and chase something else. Courses of action to combat against, or do you go do that? Courses of action against this, or how you should do. Oh, there's the King of Twigs again. With the 10 of Twigs and the 8 of Blades. So essentially, pick up the big stick and flaunt it, and also pretty much restrain yourself and don't let, and pretty much take any of the gains that you did get from, this twat head. Take them with you, even if it's too much. But don't make it seem like he won, because yeah, knowingly and intentionally manipulating, and even though he did have what he wanted and it was making him happy, he chose to pretty much float away from it. So he is literally an idiot. But yeah, Battle Fox. Mine decided to pull something stupid. Like really stupid. We're talking like, just out of nowhere, just gonna date somebody else and then just cut communication from me, which hasn't worked. Which never has worked and gone through. His excuse? Well, I'm 30 and I'm about to get a job soon and I want to move on in my life. Cupcake, you haven't been employed since pretty much, let's just be generous a little bit. You haven't been employed since post-2015. I've been employed since 2011, supporting us both. Oops. And second. He can't function without me. Besides, I'm not saying this to be vain, I'm saying it because this is how it is. It's kind of hard to talk or communicate to somebody that you're supposedly dating now. But the problem is, hon, if you don't have a phone to do it, you ain't gonna have that. So I don't know what to tell you, Cupcake. Looks like you're not gonna be able to talk to them because your phone's off. Because I was paying it. Oops. Nope. He knows the rule. If you're not mine, if you're not with me, not my problem. And hey, going to go and start dating somebody else? Fine, good luck. But the thing is, yep. Well, the thing is, I have an understanding. I understand. But the thing is, when it comes to intended stupidity, lying, not keeping a vow, because you don't want to all of a sudden, why should I have to suffer? I should not have to suffer because, I regret it. Especially if it's been done 6 times. And yes, I've counted 6. No, you're sticking. Nope, sorry. Maybe you should not have, gone against it and changed your mind the first 2 times. After that, no, it's getting boring. Sit. You don't want to? Well, I didn't ask you. You're gonna. If you're not gonna, okay. Well, there's ways of doing that. There's ways of doing that, and they're not nice. And yes, I'm talking about occultic means of doing it, and it's not nice, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be doing something not so nice to somebody that I love. But they have an obligation to do, and I think, I've been patient and waiting enough. 12 years? No, that's good enough. Come on. And the thing is, before somebody comes in and says, well, how would you like it if someone did the same thing to you? I'd say, well, thing is that good thing they are, because if I made a commitment vow to somebody and if they're doing all that they can to make sure that I keep it, well, that's a good thing. I'm keeping my word then. In reality, to be honest, just like with your perspective, it really doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, because in the end, your perspective is the one that matters only. So if I'm not happy, I don't really care about what other people feel or think, to be honest. Because I'm one of those that has the mindset of putting myself first over everything else. And if they don't like it, well, woe is woe to them. That's a bit point blank cutthroat, but meh, don't care. No, not care. I'm just no nonsense. And I mean, it's just honestly pathetic. Very pathetic. Especially how somebody can think it's okay. Oh. Looks like he's judgmental. Very judgmental. The thing is, so what? You're right. It's your right to do as you deem fit. If you don't like it, well, boo-hoo. Tell him to get over it. Woe is him. Woe's he woe. God forbid. Because, here's another one. Supposedly, at least what mine's told me, there's just one thing about you that I just can't seem to get over with. One thing, huh? Oh, Cupcake. On the return on your end for me, there are so many things that are justified for me leaving your ass and you being out in the cold with nobody and nothing. There's so many things, but I've looked past them. It's kind of pathetic that I can do that with so many things and you can't do it with one. Oops. And that's another thing too. When he tries to throw stuff at me and try and bring me down, he shoots himself in the foot. The thing is, don't swing at the person that's, put up with all your bullshit. And that should have been the only person in your corner. Don't swing at them. Did we not learn that friendly fire is not good? And I mean, heck, supposedly too. Apparently, What was it? There was something else he said. Oh. I mean, I'm being dead serious. I mean, he has had... Let's see. He's had the audacity to try to... Probably the worst, honestly, has got to be when he decided to not do the right thing and instead still manipulate me and take advantage of me. But the thing is, I already knew all along. And he never admitted it. Up until I caught him. And he lied. And I told him, look, dude, I'm not disappointed with you doing that. I'm more disappointed in you not doing the right thing and taking and actually acting on it and doing what was right. Instead, you chose to keep doing what was wrong and not do the right thing many times. And that's more disappointing. That you can't do the right thing on your own. You have to be caught to do it. That's very disappointing. And I would never have thought that, you would keep choosing the wrong choice. I had high hopes and I just had high faith that you would never do this. Thanks for proving me wrong. And me now losing faith in it. And that was a bit of a more... And the thing is, to be completely honest, I don't know what in the world makes him even think that it's okay to even treat me like that. I can't even figure it out. I can't figure it out. As far as I know, all that I've known him and all that I've been with him, I've always tried to give him what he never had. Something that was there for him all the time. He treats himself in a way that's kind of lazy, negligent. He did have challenges with addiction. It is what it is. And he stopped, and I believe he always says he's not depressed anymore, but I know he is. Like I said, I know him better than the back of my hand. I'm not new here with him. I know how he is. Is he stupid? You bet your ass he's stupid. He is stupid. Because I don't think he understands that when you love someone, you prove it and you show it. You put in the action. You don't fake it. You don't put it on a string and then bait someone and keep away with it. Because sometimes that's how I felt the connection has been for the past year or so. Pretty much pushing me to not having any financial standing of my own and for whatever the fuck he wants. But hey, I made the choice to give it to him because I'd rather him be happy than having his needs met. Because I survived. But it kind of feels like a stab in the back that giving to somebody for a long time, their needs being met, and what they want in exchange for, the ones that you wanted, just being meh, and then told no big deal, or just being pushed back, saying nope, no, gotta wait, and being kept at a distance. And not being given the same treatment back, and not even the mirror, not even the bare minimum. That's fucking pathetic. If I could tell it to his face right now, I would just straight up tell him, like, you're fucking pathetic, you're sad, and disgusting. Because you call this love? Huh, funny. If you call this love, sure. And you know what else is also real? Pigs fly. Yeah, sure. No. Because the thing is, if he can actually rub it in my face with somebody else in front of me, he can give it to me. Just saying. There is no excuse. Because the way I look at it is this. Point blank. At every second, out of every day, out of every moment, you can make a choice. You can choose to do something or not. If somebody makes the choice to message you, interact with you, or want to interact with you, or speak to you because they love and care about you, they're making the choice to do it. But now, if you are with somebody, if you're choosing not to and ignore them and not really prioritize them, and they call or whatever, you're choosing to neglect it. You made the choice to neglect it. Mental illness or not does not matter. A choice is still being made. Does not matter. So, he made the choice. Like the fucking stupid idiot he is. And I don't care if it's strong language. Deal with it. Harsh and cruel, don't care. Because the way I look at it is that he has a lot owed to me. And no. Because I would never do this crap to him. I could never see myself doing this to him, ever. Because, for one, it's not love. Two, I wouldn't be able to live with myself doing this to him. And furthermore, what's it going to accomplish for me? Nothing. In fact, it's going to make it worse. Sometimes I don't get people, and I don't understand why. And even also like some supposedly excusable excuse that was told to me was, well, sometimes he doesn't think. He doesn't think, huh? Sure, I bet you he doesn't. Well, yeah, he doesn't think, and the thing is, yeah, I am. And to be honest, that's the strongest trait I have. And the best trait I have. The omen. Meaning that literally, I've been put through the worst that life can be thrown. Almost took my own life. Because I thought he was dead. Yeah, but he wasn't. Somebody played a sick joke on both of us. And because hell stopped me from suicide, that also prevented him having to live with me being dead. Which he would not be able to do. That's being point blank in how it is. He wouldn't. I'm being realistic here. And literally, the world has put me through a lot of crap and a lot of shit between me and him. I'm still standing. Trust me, there has been a lot of crap. A lot of things that would make any other person just be like, nope, I can't handle that. Don't want that. And if there's something that, could, all I gotta say is, try me. Try me and see what happens.